channel. Today I am going to be doing a wear test on the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. Now I have used it like a couple times, like twice, so that's why it's used. But I'm gonna be heading out to work and I'm going to be doing an 8-hour shift today. Like usual, I work in a warehouse, so it might be a little bit hot today. You know, I usually get a little bit sweaty here and there, but I just really wanted to do the wear test for you guys to see if how well this foundation will perform. And I have to be a little bit quiet because it's like 3 in the morning right now, but I can't wake up everybody in my house. So the foundation, I think, retails for $15, $15 to $20. No more than $20 though, that's for sure. It's in collaboration with Alissa Ashley, which is another YouTuber, and she's really great. You know, you guys should check out her channel. The shade range though is really, really good. It's really, really good. It's pretty matte, so I just moisturized really well, and I went in with my Too Faced primer and my Rihanna primer. I don't know where it's at. Oh. So these are the two primers that I used. I used the Hangover RX for under my eyes and around my face, and the primer by Rihanna by Fenty Beauty. What was it called? Pro Filter. And I put it on my nose and my T-zone area. So, anyways, moving on, I'm just going to apply my foundation and do concealer and all that stuff like usual. I have some a little bit like on the top of my brows, just because I needed to clean it up, and it says to shake well. Okay, and I'm just going to apply this like using little like dots. The second layer of foundation. I think it does blend out really nicely, and it doesn't, I have really dry skin, so moisturizing really well and then using a hydrating primer, it'll avoid that like clinginess, because it is a really matte foundation. But I like it so far. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back on camera so you guys can see what it looks like with concealer and powders and all that stuff on. To set my face, I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, just to give it some really good staying power. So here's what the foundation looks like with my makeup on. I noticed that it didn't really like, you know when you sometimes like put concealer, like the foundation will lift. It didn't do that. I set it a little bit with powder, not too much, just because it's a really matte foundation, like I said. So hopefully this wears out really nicely throughout the day. And I also don't look crazy because I know it's like a shade lighter than me. Not too much, but yeah, I'll try to do as many check-ins as I can. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do it though because I'm at work, but I'm going to try to push myself to do them anyways. If you guys want details on like the makeup that I have on, like the lashes and all that stuff, I will list the details down below in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. I'll see you guys in a few. So sorry the lighting is pretty terrible, but here's my first check-in. Hi, Mom. Mom, do you like my makeup?
Oh, yes.
Do you like the foundation?
Let me see. Oh, yes. Can I try too? Can I try? Can I try?
Yes. So far, I think it's holding up pretty well. And yeah, this is the first check-in. It's 9:15. I'll try to do another check-in around 1:30. Usually my nose gets really oily and the makeup comes off, but I think it's doing pretty well, right? Do you think it's still on pretty well? Okay, so I'll see you guys in a few hours. Hey guys, so it's been 12 hours since I put on the foundation. As you guys can see, my lipstick's rubbing off a little bit. I just finished editing a Instagram video. I've just been chilling in my room, to be honest, but so far I still like how the foundation is holding up. It is as you guys can see, like around my nose right here, it is starting to vanish a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Normally this part of my nose, like the foundation on my nose, is already gone by like this time, but it's holding up pretty well. I'm quite surprised with it because I've never worn it this long. And sorry, I'm moving my phone a lot, but usually by now, like I said, all the other foundations start to break apart or they just don't make it this long, but this one has. And I put it on at 3 in the morning and it's now like 3:20 or so in the afternoon. So I think it's doing good. I will probably be taking this off like around I'd say like around 7, just to give it like that full day's wear kind of. And then I'll be checking in with you guys for a final check-in and my final thoughts on the foundation. So far it's really good. Also, this lipstick has been holding on pretty well. I've eaten breakfast, I've been drinking lots of milk and eating cookies and all that stuff. So yeah, I like it. I'm probably going to do a little bit of touch up because I'm going to go hang out with my boyfriend, and it does look a little bit like it needs a touch up, but that's besides the point because it's a foundation review. But I get started on talking about makeup and I just blabber on. Anyways, I'll see you guys around 7 or maybe later, depending on what time I come back home, for my final check-in and my final thoughts on this foundation. Okay guys, I am finally back. It's about 6:30, so I'd like to say I've worn this foundation for like a good 12 hours or so. One thing I want to mention that I really liked is that like it has a lot of staying power. Like I just noticed that it just started like creasing, not creasing, like coming off around my nose area. If I could zoom in so you guys can see, I would, but I don't have a good camera. But anyways, so my nose just started to like kind of come off right here, a little bit around the sides. So it's about that time where it starts breaking down. Throughout the day it held really, really well though, so I'm really glad about that. It didn't really dry my skin out as much as I thought it would too. But again, I used like a hydrating primer and a lot of moisturizer and all that stuff. I really prepped my skin well before applying it because they had already told me that it was going to be super mattifying. So if you have oily skin, I definitely recommend it. Even if you have dry skin and you want to try it out, use it too, but just hydrate properly and prep your skin properly. So that is a plus. I really liked how my makeup sat on top of it, like the concealer and the contour. I do a cream contour and a powder contour and all of that stuff, and it just sat so beautifully on it. Like you know how there's some foundations that if you start using like concealer or stuff on top of it, it'll either glide off or it looks like, it just looks really weird, and that didn't happen with this foundation. So I was really happy about that too, because I was going to work, and even though it's just work, like I still don't want to look crazy when I got my makeup on. One thing I will do though is probably get a shade darker, a shade or two darker, because I feel like this is way too light. But my ring light also, for some reason, my ring light just makes my face look a lot whiter in general than like usual. Because when I was out in like normal lighting and all that stuff, it didn't look like that bad. So yeah, but I really like it. Great staying power, great shade range, great pricing too. Very, very good. It's not like drugstore price, but it's not high end either. It's like in the middle. So if you want to splurge on a good foundation, it's worth the money. I did like a full wear test and I really, really liked it. I used it a couple times before too, but only for like 2 to 3 hours at a time. It wasn't something like this full on for like 10 plus hours. So I could give you guys a very good review, and I could like know what I'm talking about when it comes to this foundation, because I feel like first impressions are great, but they're not really good for review purposes because you actually haven't used the product. So that's why I waited a little bit longer to give you guys my thoughts and stuff like that on this foundation. Also, please excuse the mess in the background. I don't have nowhere else to put my makeup. But anyways, moving on. Don't forget to like this video, comment, you know, if you guys have tried this foundation, if you guys like it or you don't like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the little notification bell so you guys can be notified of whenever I upload a new video. Follow me on Instagram at butterfly_beauty_13. I have a whole lot of exciting stuff going on there as well. I have a Facebook too that I'll probably leave down below. For the lashes and all that stuff that I used, if you guys were curious, I will leave that down in the description bar as well. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you guys have a good one.